Now we're going to talk about a whole new topic about disruptive leadership. What's your role in terms of driving innovation practices, innovation-driven culture within organization by using what we call the design thinking approach. And design thinking, if you will look to it, is very simply is a mindset and approach to problem solving and innovation anchored around human-centered design. In other words, focusing on the customer, focusing on what it takes, the user experience. And first and foremost about building empathy. Remember I talked about disruptive leadership is about having empathy, and this is how Satya Nadella of Microsoft has been very successful, remember? And this is how they use design thinking to be able to allow their people, their employee, their team member to interact with the users, understand what it takes for to solve the problem the user is experiencing. So that's number one, empathy, and with that, then you can find an impactful solution to solve the problem. And on top of empathy, design thinking is drawn by focusing on what we call observing how the user interact with the product. So you need to have focus group, you need to observe, and then you need to draw conclusion based on the research, and then of course you need to implement the solution with the user remaining at the center of your implementation, continuously engaging them even as you implement or you roll out the product development and roll out the product launch, and getting the user engagement, continuous engagement is very important. And to look at the if I would sum up, look at the design thinking is the head, the heart, and the hand framework. So first, the head is what we call the thinking. Okay, the thinking, that's the head. Okay, and thinking we talk about the head, and the heart, of course, the empathy. So the empathy, I talk about how do you understand what the user experience, what is it that it takes, what is it that they require, what are the issues they're facing, what are the problems they're facing. Then you need to then use your mental model, disruptive leadership thinking, your disruptive digital mindset, to understand how can you break the status quo, break your way of thinking, have to be able to solve and find out new solution. And then you need to experimentation, that is the hand. You need to experiment, try it out. Remember I talk about the importance of resilience, agility and resilience. You may fail, and then you need to go back and try to experiment again, work with the user, understand and get it right. So design thinking is a very connective processing of the issue, what we call the challenge that the customer is facing, and then you need to really work, it's a holistic process, work with the user to find out what is it, how do you implement, and then to make it happen. So basically you use all your faculty, you use your heart, you use your mind, and use your hand. So it's a design thinking is a very powerful process. You have helped organizations like Apple to be very successful. It helps organizations like Microsoft, Procter & Gamble. It helps organizations like Boeing, for example. It helps organizations like Singapore Airlines, DBS Bank, and many others to be remaining at the forefront in the market, the industry that they serve. So I highly encourage you to read further. There are a lot of resources that I'm going to give you on this topic, and look forward to discussing in the next video on the Harvard design thinking approach. Thank you.